everybody, welcome back, and today was the opening day of the Rugby World Cup, and oh my god, have I been waiting for this day to come. It's felt like it would never come, and then it's here. It's finally here, and the opening day did not disappoint. We had Japan playing Russia in the opening game earlier this morning. I had to catch it and record, I was busy during the morning, but I still managed to watch it. This is going to be my review of the game. So, this game, I was thinking this game was going to be quite a big scoreline, actually. I was thinking Japan would run away with it. I think that they'd use all their attacking flair on this Russian side, whose defence didn't seem up to scratch before the tournament, especially with losses against Jersey Reds and Connacht, etc. But I tell you what, the Russians proved themselves today, and they've got to be happy with that performance. They may have lost. In the end, the score was 30 points to 10 to Japan, but they played really well, and I mean it was brilliant because that first half they put their bodies on the line, and I mean from now on it's only going to be a struggle for Russia with the close fixture schedule that they've got, but this game they really showed what they're worth, and in the end I feel like they deserved a point, but they didn't get it. I think the fitness lost it for them at the end, but by golly, that first half, that opening try, Russia scoring the first try of the Rugby World Cup this year through Golonitsky, I think, and it was all from a Japanese error. The Japanese did seem very shaky at the beginning, at the start of the game. They seemed very fragile. It all came from the first kick-off. It was a good kick-off from Russia. They put them under pressure, and Japan exited all right after the first couple of minutes, but then it was just a poor catch. The Japanese winger, I can't remember which one it was, but he was nowhere near the ball from the kick and dropped it, and it fell to Golonitsky, and he ran through and scored, and that was brilliant because I wasn't expecting Russia to be anywhere in this game at all. And they went and scored the opening try, and it was fantastic. And it was good to see as well because they managed to hold that out for a little while. Japan came back with Matsushima scoring a try, made it 7 points to 5 because he missed the conversion. And yeah, it was just brilliant display from the Russians in the first half, and after that Japanese try, it was just pressure on pressure on pressure from the Japanese. They were just using all their might to try and get over that try line, but the Russians were putting their body on the line, and this is what the World Cup's about. These minnow sides like Russia just will give it everything. I said this in my predictions, they'll just give it everything, and they showed that today, and it was brilliant to watch really from a Russian point of view, and it's almost sad that they didn't get anything from the game, but yeah, as I said, fitness ruled them. But yeah, this game, a hat-trick was scored for Japanese winger Matsushima. Scored that first half try, which was from a lovely move, couple beautiful offloads from the Japanese, just what they're known for, to put him over in the corner, and then twice again. The third one was more of a solo effort. They were all good tries from Matsushima, so he was the man of the match of the game, no question about it. He was the best player on the pitch, and if you score a hat-trick, there's no denying you're going to get man of the match, really. And in terms of top try scorers, he's already 3 ahead now, so he could go ahead and get top try scorer. But for me, I think the player of the match may have been Matsushima, because he basically won the game for Japan, but I think that the player of the match was Gadjev for the Russians. The Russian flanker, absolutely outstanding today. He nearly scored a try of his own. They were a bit unlucky for him not to get a try. But he was all over the pitch today for the Russians. Played the full 90 and he was everywhere. Carrying the ball, tackling, rocking over. He was absolutely outstanding, and it's good to see, really, because he's not well known. Of course, he plays in Russia. Only 2 Russians in that team don't actually play in Russia. He's one of those who play in Russia, so yeah, he's an unknown player coming into the World Cup, and he was outstanding, absolutely outstanding. And yeah, he's obviously, for me now, I'm gonna keep a lookout for him for the rest of the game, see how well he performs in them, because with the way he performed today, he's shown himself to be a world-class player. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Gadjev today. But for me, the Japanese ended up winning it, and as much as I don't think it was fully deserved, especially with that first half display, I think the fitness, the bench made a big impact as well, and it wiped the Russians clean. And it may have been 12-7 at half time. I thought the Russians would get blown away in the second half, and they didn't. They stuck at it. Fair play to the Russians, they stuck at it, but Japan had that slight fitness edge over the top of the Russians. And for upcoming games, it's going to be interesting because Japan put their whole body on the line, and the Russians put their whole bodies on the line as well. So it's going to be very interesting for their next games. Of course, Japan have Ireland, so that's going to be interesting if they manage to recover. I do think they've got quite a big gap between those 2 games, so they shouldn't have much of an issue. I think it's about a week. But with Russia, they play Samoa next on Tuesday. That's 4 days away. Now, in my predictions, I said Russia would target Samoa, and now I'm thinking that it might be a bit more of a hefty scoreline towards Samoa, because I don't know if the Russians are going to be able to have that fitness to have 4 days from one game to the next and go and perform like they did today in that Samoa game. And I don't think they're going to do it, unfortunately, but it would be brilliant to see them play like that again, because they were fantastic today. It may have been a scrappy game between the 2 of them. They may have made a lot of errors between the both of them. Japan and Russia made a lot of errors, but I mean, in the whole, it was a great start to the Rugby World Cup, and they both showed how much it means to them. Of course, Japan gritting their teeth, getting through the game in the end, and the Russians showing what being in that World Cup means to them, even though they made it through luck ultimately. So yeah, it was a good game to watch, and a fantastic start to the World Cup, really, and it only makes me more excited for these coming games. Of course, tomorrow on Saturday we have New Zealand versus South Africa, France versus Argentina, and Australia versus Fiji. 3 massive games. Super Saturday almost. What day that's going to be. Basically, big games already in the World Cup, and it's only day 2 tomorrow, so yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it now. This game put a big stall out as to showing that anyone could beat anyone within the Tier 2 nations, and possibly within the Tier 1 nations as well. Anyone can beat anyone. This World Cup is open, and we could be in for some shocks in this World Cup. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a very, very good day. But yeah, finally today's game. It's just brilliant to watch. Of course, Japan winning, getting the bonus point. They've got 5 points. They're of course top of the group. Of course, none of the others have played yet, and yeah, so that will put pressure on the Irish and the Scots for their game on Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see how that result from Japan puts pressure on Ireland and Scotland, and it'll be interesting to see how Russia get on for the rest of their tournament. And good start to the World Cup, and I'm looking forward to the rest of it, to be honest. 30-10 to Japan, fair result. I think that's what most people were expecting, a Japan win for 5 points, but it was harder than they would have thought, and it's harder than what we would have thought as well. Fair play to Russia, they played brilliantly, and yeah, it was a I keep saying this, but it was just a cracking start to the World Cup, and I can't wait for the next games. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone. That was my review of Japan versus Russia. I'm hoping to do daily videos. I might not be able to keep up with daily videos, but I'm going to try. Hopefully there'll be a video up tomorrow of the South Africa-New Zealand game, France, Argentina and Australia-Fiji as well. Hopefully a roundup of those 3 games will be up and rolling tomorrow. But yeah, comment down below what you thought of today's game of Japan versus Russia, and also comment your predictions for what you think the results will be for Australia, Fiji, France, Argentina and South Africa, New Zealand. I'll be happy to know what you think about those 3 games. And yeah, subscribe while you're here if you're new, and don't forget to like the video. Thanks for watching everyone. See you in a bit.